I'm Dwayne Vasquez. This is I Love Cal City, and we're doing City Talk at the Farmers Market. And today we're doing some interviews, and our first one is with Marilyn Giovanetti. She heads up the Desert Rose Garden Club. So, Marilyn, go ahead and introduce yourself and start telling us about the Desert Rose Garden Club.
The Desert Rose Garden Club started, I think, way back. In 2004 is the first records that I see. And about 2010, they had created an area in Central Park called Inspiration Walk. And the dream of Ann Richardson was to have a desert botanical garden. Now, over the years, the garden has really flourished, and then sometimes it will kind of wane a bit. So we need a lot of help out there clearing up the weeds and making it something that people can really enjoy. The purpose of the garden is twofold, not only to have a place to relax and walk and meander, but it's also to show people what can effectively grow in the desert climate here in our zone. So we're excited about it. It's looking really good right now. We've had a lot of volunteer efforts come and take care of the garden. It's got a meandering dry creek bed.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks really good. And then recently we got a grant from Home Depot allowing us to set up 6 raised planter beds. And each one of the planter beds is sponsored by a community group. I think the Cub Scouts were the last ones to do a planter bed. Oh, no. It was Leilani's Notary Services. And keeping the squirrel.
So that's right here. over at
That's
Coldwell
right
Banker.
here at Frontier Coldwell Banker. And just watching everybody enjoy that has been fun. Oh, I take that back. It was Dawn's special treat delights. She was out, and so the planter beds are looking really good.
There's Leilani taking pictures of us right now.
Hey, there's Leilani. We have one more planter bed available for sponsorship, so contact me if you want to be a part of that process. The Cub Scouts, night overnight daycare is another sponsor, and the beds are looking so good. This morning I just came from Inspiration Walk, and we had a crew of people from the base clearing an area right by the tennis courts to the handball court, so that eventually we can have a really nice entrance to Inspiration Walk. We'll set up a gate so people understand where we are. A lot of times people don't know where we're located.
Yeah, why don't you explain, because people don't know, where exactly that is.
Okay, so Inspiration Walk is in Central Park. As you enter Central Park, to your immediate left is going to be the Senior Center. There is a driveway between the Senior Center and the handball court, and you can access Inspiration Walk through that area. But we're working to make an effort to create a viable entryway into Inspiration Walk between the tennis court and the handball court. And it's coming along with the help of some amazing volunteers.
Yeah. So if you enter on that little road that runs there between the handball court and the center and Senior Center, you'll enter right next to the Rose Garden.
Oh.
You want to talk about that?
Oh, I remember it's Rose Garden. We have a rose garden that looks absolutely beautiful in the spring. We have a lot of our volunteers know a lot about roses, know how to feed them, know how to trim them. Michelle Alexander was out there this morning deadheading the roses so that it would create more prolific blooms. And so the rose garden, each one of the roses has been dedicated to a person. So members of the community bought the rose, they bought the plaque, and there's a little memorial there to members of the community. And it's just a really nice place to watch and see. And
Yeah, it's really beautiful, and it's fenced in separate from the rest of it. And
It
it's
is.
well defined. It's
we
nice.
we got a donation for a big wrought iron fence, and that's been really nice to help define the area. Oh, and we just planted a crepe myrtle to help shade a portion of the rose garden where the roses even though they love the sun, they really get burned. So crepe myrtle just went in on Tuesday, so it's going to provide some protection for the roses in that area.
And crepe myrtle should do well here, especially if they're treated well.
Right.
We have some around town that aren't looking good, but I see them elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, this is what ours should look like.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
But those are really old. They grow slowly, right?
They grow slowly, and this one has a nice tall trunk, so it'll give a really beautiful presentation as you walk up that driveway between the senior center and the handball court. We can now tell people, well, if you're going to even the community garden, look for at the end of the driveway, look for the crepe myrtle tree, the magenta crepe myrtle tree.
Yeah,
So it's
did you just plant that?
just Tuesday.
Okay, I haven't seen it. All right. And then let's talk a little bit about the other opening, but I want to talk about some other things too. So we'll get to them. We have time, right?
Okay, yes.
So the larger opening used to be kind of a barbecue area that was between the handball courts and the tennis courts.
Right.
And it wasn't being utilized, and the structure was falling down and all of that. So all of that structure is gone now. The small chain link fence has gone down, I know, because I helped take that out.
Right. In the dead of night.
And then in the dead of night. And then the new planter beds that you're talking about from Home Depot are in that section. So that creates kind of this entry walkway. And you're going to be putting back in a nicer fence?
There's going to be a fence between the handball court and the tennis courts. And it'll be a white vinyl fence with an arbor and a little gate.
An arch?
An arch,
Yeah.
And that'll help define an entrance to Inspiration Walk. And if I can get water out there, which I think I can, I'm thinking of putting a couple of crepe myrtle trees on either side of that arch.
That would be really nice.
To help define that area as well. And that'll bring the hummingbirds. And I forgot to mention that in the middle of each of our planter beds, we have a fruit tree planted. So we want a lot of bees and a lot of activity around there. We don't need the squirrels, but we want pollinators to come and take care of our fruit trees.
So can I get you to talk about, for people that live here and are wondering what they can grow, can you kind of highlight some of the trees or some of the other things that are in the Inspiration Walk?
Oh, absolutely. Well, in the rose garden area, there's a whole variety of roses you can come, and they're all identified, and so you would know what you were getting there. This is probably not a great time to plant them, and in most cases you want to wait till the fall so things go dormant, and that even goes for trimming. We want to wait till after this heat spell is over with before we start to do any really heavy-duty trimming, because bacteria and mold can get into the open sap. You want the trees to be dormant. There's a whole variety of cacti that grow in Inspiration Walk. There's trees. There's that are identified right now. We're hoping to get a grant to allow us to put some permanent signage by those trees so you can really determine what they are.
Yeah, the ones you had were really pretty nice, and they seemed like they were going to be permanent, but it's harsh out here.
Yeah, the wood, the sun just eats up the wood, and so we can't have it. But we're hoping to get some permanent metal signs, hopefully with a tile that will help identify what the foliage is. And every now and again, right now you might find that the desert, I've forgotten the name of it. It's a big purple. Texas Ranger. The Texas Rangers.
They're all around you, right there.
They're all around here. They were looking so beautiful and purple about a week ago, and then they lose their flowers. But that's a beautiful foliage of plant.
And they bloom twice a year, right?
Twice a year, yes.
We have a lot of things that do that.
Right.
They don't last real long, but they're twice a year.
That's right. And so the long-range plan for Inspiration Walk is to go ahead and keep it maintained. We need help. We need volunteers all the time. Once a month, we have an Inspiration Walk cleanup day. You bring your own tools and help us maintain the area. And that's basically how it stays as nice as it is.
So, Marilyn, when is that?
Today is the third Saturday of every month, unless we get called away to another event.
Like this.
They're like this. But there's still people over there working if you wanted to meander on over.
Yeah, and you could go over now.
You could go over now, take your hula hoe.
There's some interesting things over there. I remember there being elderberry.
There's elderberry.
There's a
catalpa are blooming profusely right now. Look at the catalpa trees.
And there's a grapevine.
There is a grapevine along the tennis court fence that provides grapes, and it's going to go to town in October. We're going to have a ton of grapes, and people are invited, just like the community garden. Come on over. It's a community area. Come and pick the grapes if you like. We don't use any harmful insecticides on anything. It's all organic, so it's perfectly fine to eat. Just wash it off in the hose is what we do.
So I have just a couple other comments on that or questions. So it's kind of divided. Is it divided into sections? Because I think there's kind of a section that's cacti and
yeah, there's a grassy area. Desert grasses. There's a cactus area. There's a pine tree grove. And then there's other areas that are waiting for development. I would like to have a Joshua Tree Citadel way on top of the hill where you can see, we can enjoy the Joshua trees and what they bring to the area. Also, I would like a palm tree oasis. Thinking about a water feature, but that's still in the works.
Lots of possibilities,
right.
But it's starting to mature. It's starting to look like, some of the trees were small, but they're getting to be noticeable now.
And every once in a while, we'll have something that just doesn't have the will to live. Like we had a beautiful rosewood bush, and it just was going to town, and then all of a sudden one day it decided to expire. Who knows why? So we're waiting for the fall to try and plant another one in that area. But the big plan before my tenure is up, I am hoping that we find a benevolent benefactor to give us a very large, beautiful pergola. We have a cement pad that's 30 feet by 40 feet. It'd be a great place for meetings, for family picnics, and what has crossed my mind is maybe an event venue as well, an outdoor event venue. That's down the road. We got to get the pergola up. We got to find somebody who's as interested in it.
It'd be a nice setting even for outdoor weddings and such.
It would be, because there's a beautiful walkway, be a beautiful entrance.
And the pine trees are growing up around it now. It's looking good.
It would look so pretty.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the previous projects, some that go back before you. Because if you're going into Central Park, you go and you turn on Heather Avenue, right? You come up Conklin and you turn on Heather Avenue. A lot of people don't notice, but there's a little pocket park there.
Right.
And that was designed, and I don't know if it was planted, by the Desert Rose Garden Club. And there's a plaque in there if you want to stop and look. I see people kind of stop there and have lunch or something once in a while.
Yeah.
It's just, like a picnic table and some trees and such, and that's it. It's a nice little pocket park. And then what about the median? The Desert Rose Garden Club had a lot to do with that.
Years ago, way down on the east end, the Desert Rose Garden Club took that median area in front of the baseball field.
Eat the mic, yeah.
Oh, the baseball field, and they landscaped the median. And at the time, we had an agreement with the city that they would help maintain it and keep it watered so that the plants would flourish. And some of the ones that are hardier are still flourishing, but not all of them have survived. But it was a really nice median. The intent was to go all the way down the median and to landscape the entire thing. It's not entirely off the books, but we can't always get out in the middle of the street and maintain it, and I don't want club members to do that. So
right,
we're waiting for help from the city to be able to do that.
It's a matter of cooperation with the city. It's a matter of grants and funding. It's a matter of a plan to maintain it afterwards and
Right.
such.
Right.
It can't be all on, and the level of volunteers and such that we have to work on it.
Right.
Now, the other end of town on the meeting, that was also done by Desert Rose Garden Club, wasn't it?
I understand it was.
Yeah.
And that's just before the tortoise at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand it was, but here again, we need help from the city to keep that watered, keep it weeded and maintained.
Right. A lot of them are desert plants, native plants, so they do okay, but you still have to clean up around them.
You have to clean up around them, and they need water.
And they do a little better if you get water, right?
Yeah, everything does.
Yeah. So you mentioned the tortoise. You want to tell us about the tortoise?
Yeah, we took on the project of the tortoise years ago. The Red Hat ladies arranged for a fellow by the name of Michael. Now the name escapes me. He had created a tortoise, a big tortoise. The Red Hat ladies purchased the tortoise, or one of the ladies purchased the tortoise, and they put it in front of the kiosk down at the east end of California City Boulevard. Well, over the years, the red faded, the tortoise was looking very sad, and the whole area underneath it was full of weeds. Well, we took the tortoise, we had it resurfaced and repainted. We had rock come in.
Lava
rock. The black lava rock around the base.
The contrast is really nice.
Yeah, the contrast really does show up nicely. And then we reinstalled the tortoise, and I think the whole effort was worth it when one day, as we were all holding one part of the tortoise, there were like 7 or 8 men carrying that heavy tortoise and putting it back in place, securing it. A school bus full of kids came driving by, and then they stopped on the other side of the street, and all these little faces were cheering that the tortoise was going in. So that's what made it all worth it.
Just across the way, you took on another project at the kiosk.
Right.
Maybe people don't understand what the kiosk is. When you drive into town from the west side, from the 14, right before you get to the tortoise, on the right-hand side of the road, it actually was a Eagle Scout project.
Right.
Right. And so they built this large sign that has all of the charitable organizations and service clubs and such listed on that. And you spotted that, and the same kind of thing. It's looking a little bit like it could use some love, as you would put it.
Yeah, well, that wasn't just our effort. That was I Love Cal City was huge. The chamber was a huge part of that effort. So we re-landscaped the area with the black lava rock down at the base and cactus that grow there. And the challenge there was we don't have water there, so we needed plants that would provide their own tap roots to get more water. And some of them are doing great. Barrel cactus, they love it there. Others, we're still kind of nursing them along and hoping that we can get them to grow. But the nice thing about it is that all of the businesses on the kiosk now are businesses that are here and that are viable, that are functioning in California City. Previous to that, there were a lot of old signs, a lot of them damaged by the sun. So with efforts through the chamber, I Love Cal City, we were able to get that done, and you can even see it at night. It's lit at night as well, which is nice.
Not quite as bright as I'd like, but
right.
But,
and it was a test.
Yeah, I Love Cal City. Actually, my wife Becky did a lot of that contacting of the churches and service organizations and such, asking them to renew their signs because they were aged. And then several other new ones that hadn't been there. So I think we have 15 or more agencies,
right,
churches, groups represented there, which is really nice for our city.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of cities have a sign like that, and they have, you know, the Kiwanis Club and Rotary and a couple of others, but we have a good amount of representation there.
Right. And
so,
There'd been some question about how much of a viable community we have, and I just want to say we've got a lot of really talented people, a lot of people dedicated to having California City remain a lovely little desert town, and so we're making strides in that area, and we can't do it alone. It's just not the Desert Rose Garden Club. It's I Love Cal City, it's Reach, it's
others.
Yeah.
Pull up in front of the sign and read them.
Yeah, read all the signs.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, a big contributor has been the Desert Rose Garden Club, and I want to thank you for joining us and having this interview, and thank you for all you do all the time in town. It's looking better all the time.
Got a lot to do still. So we can use any volunteers who want to come join us. We're happy to put you right to work.
All right. So touch base with them, show up on the third Saturday of the month and help them out and find out what's going on.
Yeah, if you want to become a member, you can contact us through Facebook. And our email is listed there as well. And we can let you know about the meetings and what else is coming up. Lots of really big things are starting to unfold right now. So be a good time to be a part of something that's making some progress here.
All right. Thank you, Marilyn. I'll let you get back to digging in the dirt.
Oh, my favorite. Thank you.
Bye.